Yeah. Hello, friends. My stream deck over here is having issues and I'm pretty mad about it, but here we are for another stream. I got a little treat for you all. I got a little treat because I got some new goodies in the mail. Woo-hoo! I literally just picked this up in the mail. This is pre-production, so I don't get to keep this, but I get to hold on to it, try and make some content for you all. But because I just got it, I want to open it up so bad. So we're gonna do it here on the stream. We got Finland in the house, Romania. I thought someone said Texas earlier. Yeah, I'm excited. I wish more people were here. I wish people would be like, oh snap, he's live streaming. I got a whole convoluted setup for you all too. I'm gonna make this extra. We're gonna unbox this for real. But yeah, keep in mind again, this is all pre-production. We got Greece in the house. Charlotte down the road, what's up? Connecticut. Man, I used to be up around that way when I lived in Boston. OG's fan, yeah. The real fans get to see the unboxing. Everyone else missing out. Chicago in the house. Man, I've only been to Chicago like once. Sadly enough. I need to go again. Yeah, Boston. I lived there for 6 years. Kenya in the house. We got the whole world up in here. Brazil. Trinidad. Austria. Y'all be staying up late. I appreciate you. I just gotta say that. Cause y'all be naming off where you are sometimes. So yeah, we got California, so y'all up mad early. And then we got the other side of the world. Y'all like up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. South Africa in the house. Philippines. Let's do this though. Let me see if I can. Y'all ready? Here it is. Here's my extra setup. Boom. We got the top down view. But not just that, we got the boom. Yeah. Oh snap, LS Photography. Thank you so much for that super chat. Some free coffee. I need that coffee. Yo, my wife doesn't drink coffee, but I started getting that vanilla sweet cream cold brew at Starbucks, and she's like obsessed. And now every time I get something, she's always like, "Get me one too, please." Professional unboxer. So the way I'm doing this, as far as setup, is I got the Atomos X-Cast. I bought that thing 50 years ago. I have not really used it at all, like for its real purpose. This is probably the first time I'm using it for its real purpose. But basically, it's a like an HDMI switcher for live chat or live chat for live streams. So the picture-in-picture is happening because of the X-Cast. I have my X-T3 set up here for the down shot, and I have my other X-T3 here. This is the 33 1.4, and then this is the 16 2.8. We want a behind the scenes wedding video. Oh, I'm working on it. I got one. I need to go ahead and finish it. I have so much going on though. Let's go ahead and open this baby up though. So this is my first ever time seeing this camera. Like I've never seen it in person. I've never held it in my hands. Oh, this is different from the rest of their boxes. Capture One, yeah, we're gonna be in Capture One today. Ooh. Oh. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Let's put this back in. Let's get it all nice. Don't forget to register the product unit. Wow. Wow, that grip. This body-wise reminds me kind of it's like a baby GFX, it feels like. Oh look, there's a little notch here for your finger. If I could get in there. There we go. Oh my goodness. Yo, this alone right here, this full HDMI, this alone, everything else is great. It's a great camera, but this right here, this. It's a black magic mouse. What's this, power? They're like actual doors. I wonder why they decided to switch back to doors. I feel like that's gonna be an issue when it comes to putting a rig. Yeah, I'm curious why they switched back to doors. I kind of like those little flappy things on the XT4. Or, I mean, honestly, being able to just take these out the whole way would be awesome. Maybe you can, and I just don't know how to. They feel like they should be able to just come off. Do the doors come off? I don't know. That's what I'm curious about. Like this one definitely doesn't. Oh, Thaddeus. Thank you so much for that super chat. I really appreciate that. Look at the size of that thing. I would show you it compared to the GFX, but my GFX is currently holding my top-down view camera because I couldn't figure out what else to put in there as a weight. Hold on, maybe I can. Let's see if I can do it without destroying something. Oh goodness, why did I do this? Oh. Watch the whole thing fall. Oh my goodness, you can tell. I need something else to weigh it down. This is pretty heavy. Okay. All right, I think I did it. Okay, so here is the X-H2S versus the GFX 100S. And they have that same kind of like body feel going on, but it's like a little small version of it, really. Also, the grip is deeper on the X-H2S. Yeah, it's like, it's deeper and it's like more square. They both got the PSAM, which makes sense for this video, since it's very video based. And I mean, it makes sense here too. Again, everyone always gets all mad because Fujifilm's been kind of switching to PSAM on a lot of their like top line cameras. No, no, stupid bug trying to get in my coffee. Not the sacred coffee. But yeah, I have no problem with the PSAM. Because again, on my XT series, I never even used the dials. I really don't. I use it just the same way I would one of these. But you see, it's like shorter. But it feels like a baby GFX to me, at least body-wise. Pretty sure it uses the same batteries, right? Yeah, good old XT4 battery. What I see is a camera that'll be much more comfortable to hold for long periods. The grip's it's kind of square feeling to me, so it's currently it's a little too deep for my personal feeling. The shutter feels nice. And let me put a battery in this thing. I think I got one right here. Oh, yo, for anyone else who's in the stream too, though, if you didn't get a photo in for the editing and capture one, I only got like 50 photos. So submissions are still open currently. The moment of truth. I guess this is me here? No, this is, yeah, New York. Whoa, it has a daylight saving setting? How dope. Month, date, year, you already know. What is it right now? 6, 24, 22. It's about, oh no, no 24 o'clock. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm American, I'm sorry. AM, PM, can I switch it to AM? Can you please let me switch to AM? Bro. Whoa, what is this? Whoa, it's the network settings? That's totally new. Bro. Why is it saying PM? Can I switch it? I need 11 AM. I don't understand what the problem is. Yo, this thing's hating. What? Oh, okay. Okay, whatever. Looks pretty small. Yeah, I mean, it's not that big. It has that same, oh no, I'm using like all my cameras right now. I'm literally using all my cameras. I have my X-T4, but it's on a rig. So that's not gonna be a good representation for you all. Here's another size comparison. So here's the X-T30. Could you zoom in a little bit? Let me see if I can do this without messing up. Oh, the whole, oh no. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. I'll try to turn on the... Okay, so here's the XH again. I feel old asking, but I can see now. And then here's the X-T30. X-T30 is one of the smallest cameras, so this is a great comparison as far as size. So it's about like the XT size. It's a little bit bigger, but here it is again compared to the GFX 100S, which is one of the larger. It's not huge, but it's one of the bigger cameras. So it feels like a general XT size to me. Cause yeah, it's not as long as this. It's also not as thick. Given the S is top of the line pro cam against the 30, it's very small. Yeah, it's a nice little size. Bro, this bug needs to get away from my coffee. Bro. Let me put a lens on it. Do I have it? All my lenses are being used? What is this? I ain't got nothing. Oh no. My counterweight's not heavy enough. Hold on, y'all. Sorry for the bad quality production value because my counterweight's not heavy enough. There. All right, that should do it. Oh yeah. Whole setup about to follow. Yeah. Is it in? What is it in right now? I'm so lost. How do I know if I'm in video or? Oh, I see it. Ew, auto ISO? Ew. Ew. Uh-oh. The D-pad is not working like normally. Oh, I wonder if someone changed it. Can I reset the settings? Oh, that back display button's kind of... Button dial setting. Function setting. I'm so lost. Can I just factory settings? Where's that at? Battery age reset. Setup reset. Okay. Oh no, they changed it? So usually, I know y'all can barely see this. I'm about to put this away and start editing. Usually the right button. Shutter tight. Come on, yo. Usually the right button is for the color. I can't even find it. Wow, there's so many settings. Some of this stuff is like totally new. Whoa, yo. I like don't even know. I don't know what I'm looking at. There it goes, Film Sim. Give me that classic chrome. Ew, is it auto shutter? What is happening? Oh, oh my goodness. Auto? How do wow. In description, there's a Dropbox links. Yeah. That answers the question of your thoughts on ISO. Oh yeah, I'm not a fan of auto ISO. Here, let me switch off of this. We'll go back here. Shooting mode, P, program, I see. Manual, there we go. Movie setting list? What? Whoa. Yeah, this is so much more of a video camera. There's so many settings here that I just never even seen. They should put Alexa in cameras. Alexa, give me classic chrome. Movie mode, 4K 59.9. High speed recording. Wow. HDMI output settings. What's our autofocus mode? Multi area focus mode. Continuous. Oh, there's not a dial no more. Wow. Are you thinking of switching, trying to hold out to the next launch? Yeah, no. I don't do enough videos, so if I were to get this, it would replace my X-T4. Right now, my X-T4 is like my main video camera. And I don't do enough video to justify this. But I mean, technically, if I wanted a camera to really like be able to make sure I was doing good video, this would be it. The white balance is on auto, but it looks super warm to me. Bro, this viewfinder is crazy. Okay, before we go, let's hear what this shutter sounds like. Oh, this is on auto ISO too. Ew. Ew. Oh my god. Oh no. Ooh. No SD cards in it. Oh, that's right. It has a CF card. I don't have any. I don't even own CF cards. Image quality raw. Film sim classic chrome always. Let's see. Where's my shutter? Sport finder mode. Shutter type mechanical. How do I get to my drive settings? I'm so lost. Drive? Oh, there it goes. High speed. 15 frames a second. Ooh. Oh my goodness, that's like taking video at this point. I don't even know what at a wedding. I just couldn't see myself being like, okay guys, we're gonna I would literally just, I would turn it down to 10. Yeah. It's spraying. Gotta make sure I get the shot. There's no SD card in it right now, so I don't know what the buffer's like. Let's see that mechanical shutter or the electronic. And then if I go to drive, yeah, I can go up to 40 frames. Oh my goodness. I couldn't imagine doing that at a wedding. Like, listen to it. It's like, okay, time for the first kiss. It's like, and I pronounce you man and wife. 300 photos later. Okay. This is nice, y'all. Yeah, I asked on Instagram what people want to see me do on it, so I'm gonna take it out, try and shoot some, get some video, get some. Yo, get away from my coffee. Let's put it back here, just hanging out. Let me get rid of my top-down view real quick. Since my whole setup is falling down. Put this away before everything breaks. Here's the tripod, that's what I was using. A little behind the scenes look. All right. Get away from me. He's like, in the cup. Stop. Not the coffee. Oh, what happened? My bad, y'all. So here we are. Another day like the last. We in Capture One today. And if y'all didn't hear, I finally got the natural fills preset for Capture One. I don't know how I pulled it off, but I did. Y'all wanna know the whole story of the Capture One preset? The natural fills for Capture One. So I pretty much like gave up on it. And then I was messing around with Capture One the other day. And I just happened to make the preset. I just made it. All this time, yo, I had been for literal like months and hours just stressing about making natural fills. And then I literally was just like, wait. And I was looking at like, I think I just did it. And I was like, did I really just do this out of the blue? And then I started testing it and I was like, oh, I did it. I know the X-H2S is centered on video, but what are your thoughts on the new camera coming out in July? No thoughts yet because I literally just got it and just unboxed it here on this live stream. Now, as far as, I guess, just thinking about the specs from what I've heard, with that double stack sensor, autofocus is probably gonna be dope. Now, again, I tend to not use like continuous autofocus when I'm shooting stills, but other than that, like, it probably is gonna be really good. Can I submit? Yes, submissions are open until 12. The link is in the description. Oh, you missed it? Yeah, I had it. But yeah, I unboxed it. I got it here. Good old X-H2S. Where is it? It says S on the back somewhere. But yeah, it seems nice so far. I haven't even shot with it yet, so we'll see how it does. Maybe I'll go out and buy a CF card for it. I don't even know where I can go to get CF card. I just submitted a photo. Did you receive it? I probably did. I don't know. I have my email notifications turned off right now, but I'm gonna be checking after 12. I shoot wedding videography myself with X-T4s. Plan to, oh yeah, if you're doing video, hands down. Again, if I was doing more video, I would definitely replace my X-T4 with the X-H2S. Like, no question. Ta-da! Natural feels. This looks like it's edited already, but it's not, I guess. The white balance is just like, something about it seems off. Is this really a RAW file? Oh, that's half the problem. For once, there's actually too much magenta. There's too much magenta. Just got the preset and using it to edit some family photos. Looks good. Awesome. John, do you ever have a in-person meetup? I want to do some now that like the world's kind of getting back to normal, hopefully. I'd love to do one. Got the Natural Feels preset and I've been using it. Love it. Awesome. Oh wow. How cool. Do you have a discount code for Imagine? I think I do actually. Do I? No, I don't think I'm not sure actually. I don't even know. What program? This is CaptureOne. I got it looking kind of like looking like Lightroom. I set it up in that same layout. It is Sony RAW. Can confirm. Yes, that is correct. ARW. How does Imagine AI work with your preset? Do you get money when we use the natural fields on Imagine? I do. I do get paid when you use it. So if you're concerned if I'm still getting, which I appreciate, y'all be too good sometimes. I have people hit me up all the time, be like, hey bro, I just wanted to make sure you were getting paid when I signed up for the thing. I'm like, y'all thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate that. But yes, whenever you're using the Natural Fields preset in Imagine, I get a small cut of that. Amanda's here. She made it. Let's center up that crop a little bit. I'm still trying to get used to Capture One. I'm not the best yet. But now that I had the natural fills in here, I'm definitely kind of feeling Capture One a bit. There we go. Too warm for my light. I like a cool, you already know me. Can I submit a photo now? Yes, submissions are currently open. The link is in the description. Taking submissions until 12. Only RAWs though. I will not edit any JPEGs. Are these lives recorded? Yes, they are. I usually leave them up on the channel too. Y'all submitted some great stuff too. I wish this Capture One just have an auto. It does, okay. Still, this is not. I took the lawn party photos. Any questions? That's cool. The coloring was like, I mean, they're raw. I don't know why the coloring looks. Honestly, some of this stuff, almost want to black and white it. Yeah, just make it feel like it's really old school. So is this like a party? It was just like a, let's get together and dress like the 20s? And do things like it was a 20. Does that guy have a phone? Did he mess up the vibe? Did he do it? Hold on, we need to see it in color. It looks like a phone to me. There are no phones in the 20s. No. Do you feel photography style trends changing in the industry, and will you ever create new presets? As of now, I don't have any plans of making new presets. Honestly, I'm not even really a preset guy. I just got the look that I like, and I liked it so much, I was like, you know what, let me share it with my viewers. Just to see, like, you know, like, so again too, it's less of like, here I am selling presets because I'm trying to make money. Because I'm literally sharing it's my style, my literal style. So I don't think I would ever make any other presets because I don't really make presets. I don't see myself making a preset. If anything, my main goal with the natural fills is to get it into every major program. So next up would be Exposure and Luminar. If I could get it in both of those two, that would be awesome. So then I'd be Lightroom, Capture One, Luminar, Exposure. Everyone would have access to natural fills if they wanted to. As far as trends, I don't know. I haven't really been following. I mean, everyone's been on that like overly warm photos. I've never been. I like cool photos. I'm almost like the exact opposite of the trends because my photos be like extra blue. This happened to me last time. This photo like doesn't load, and then I zoom in on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, they didn't miss the focus. But every time when I'm zoomed out like this, it looks like focus was missed. The time traveler. It was like, we caught him. He's not supposed to be there. It's like a Twilight Zone episode or something. Cause yeah, in black and white, this truly almost looks like if I faded it up or something. What can I do? You know, just made it like real faded or something. Like that, you know, like it really looks like it really was from the 20s. Are you going from tint to exposure, shadow, temp, etc. with shortcuts? I am. There's this feature called quick edits on Capture One, and I really enjoy it because I don't like having to slide the sliders. So the fact that I can just hold a key, so I'm holding Q, which brings up the exposure, and then I'm just using my up and down key. So 2 for tint, 1 for Kelvin, S for shadows. And I mean, this is like, it's easy to pick up because I just started doing this. Like, again, I don't really use Capture One that often. I want to start doing more content on it, but oh man, if you get it into exposure, that would, yeah. So what I would do is if I got into exposure, I might get rid of my sharpening and grain preset that I sell and then just have the straight up exposure. That's probably gonna be the next one I try to do. Earthy. Extra orange, almost sepia. Jesse coming through with the super chat. Thank you so much. Better late than never. From the office in Sacramento, coffee and pastry per the usual. Didn't get submit this time. Oh, well, submissions are still open. They're open till 12. Is there any rules on photo submission, number of photos? Yeah, 1 to 3, please not too many photos. They have to be raw. If they're not raw, I'm not editing them. And they need to be safe for work. Please don't send me no boobas and no butts. just some nice photos. What's the difference between Capture One and Lightroom? There's a fair amount of differences, but like when you look at it straightforward, they're both basically the same thing. They're photo editors. They approach it differently. Capture One, a lot of people say is more accurate as far as colors and stuff, and the overall look of everything. So a lot of people really like Capture One overall. And I'll be honest, like even using it, the way the natural fields preset looks in Capture One is definitely, I kind of, a lot of those photos I've edited that were my past photos, and I had me looking at them like, I don't know, I might like the Capture One version better of these edits. So I keep wanting it like warm but not too warm. Here's the before and after. There's before, there's the after. I do wish there was like a side-by-side before and after, but it's whatever. Still loving your MacBook, thinking of making the switch from PC, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this thing is beastie. If I didn't have the MacBook Pro though, I would have the new Mac Studio. I would definitely have one of those. But yeah, I love it. It's amazing. I have the M1 Max, so I'm like decked all the way out. This thing is powerful. Never touched Capture One. I bought exposure to add grain and sharpening after Lightroom. Yeah, I really like exposure. The grain and sharpening in Capture One is also really good as well. Again, when you get these nice tight feels like this, for me it's always black and white. There's no question about it. But isn't it always that way when you edit photos again and you like it better? I mean, that's true too. That's just a mental thing. I mean, I've had it sometimes where I go back and I look at my wedding photos and I was like, what was I doing? Like I was editing the photos and I look at them like, oh, I missed the whole first portion of the vid, but are you happy with the outcome of the style? Oh yeah. Oh, the first portion of the vid was actually the Fujifilm X-H2S. I got it in the mail to check out for a little bit. I'm gonna make some videos on it. So I was unboxing that because I literally just got it this morning. As a photographer, how much time did you put in Lightroom to get the perfect photo? I mean, as far as like my preset and how long it took me to develop that, it was like 5-ish years or something like that. It was a long time. Here's a cute engagement photo. So as far as like feedback, and some of these photos I might give feedback on. A lot of them, these are great. There's not much for me to say, but so this one, and I don't know if they were like a second photographer or something, but if I'm shooting an engagement or a proposal by myself, having her face reaction is good, but I want to see the whole thing. I want to see him on his knees. I want to see context. So this is good. It's fine. But if this was you by yourself, I would have chose to shoot the whole context of the photo rather than the close-up. Because also the way this is, like, I'm gonna want to crop this in since it's mainly on her face. But that's a big tip for anyone doing an engagement or a proposal, because it's hard to choose sometimes. Oh, this is a DNG. It's not really, it's editing fine, but you can definitely tell it's a DNG, I feel like. They were probably trying to get the view angle. Yeah. It's really a hard choice, and those are the things you have to do when you're by yourself. You have to just be like, okay, I'm gonna choose to take this one photo, and that's what it's going to be. Cause yeah, as far as context, like, there's not really any context here. Like, if you, honestly, I would say if you weren't a photographer, or even like were reading into stuff, I mean, I guess most people would notice what this is, but you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you really knew that this was a proposal, you might look at this and be like, what's happening here? Is he tying his shoe or something? Like, ooh, like, what are they doing? Look at this gorgeous flat. Wow, I didn't think it was that dark. Watch, and then a cloud is gonna move and it's gonna be all the way overexposed. This is gorgeous. I love when I get the photos like this that I don't even have to do anything to. Maybe just add some, just a little bit of magenta. I have a designated wedding next week in Cancun. Awesome. Oh, destination? Nice. Empty chairs. Yeah. This was probably like after the wedding. They were doing couple portraits. Have you shot in Cancun before? I have not. I have not been out of the country. So just US for me. Thank you. I submitted another as well. Mainly shoot on the beach. Oh, nice. Oh, yep, there it goes. Getting brighter. Good old flash shot. Oh, this is, I see. I was like, wait a minute. That's the Wayne right here. content's helped me so much. Awesome. I'm glad it's helped. It's a little too hot. Good morning, JB Raleigh Wood. Are you a fan of flash outside? Not really. In this case, like this photo, it makes sense because that's the only way you're gonna save the sky. The sky is too tinty for my personal like. But I don't want to get rid of too much magenta because then their skin tones start looking. Hey John, just added your natural feels in my Imagine AI profile. Looking for that Maston Labs Fuji look. Do you also have that? I do not. Also, keep in mind, Imagine AI, they have a bunch of different profiles on there. So it's not just me. So you can use my profile or you can use a profile from another photographer as well. Or you can use your own if you have one that you like. You can create one based on how you already edit your photos. Hello there, John. Hey, how's it going? Too much magenta? Is there something wrong, John? Are you sick? Too much magenta. Just make a magenta preset. The whole preset is just based on mainly being magenta. Cute little photo. I sent one. Hi, John. Met you at the photo cookout last year. Yeah. Rather, I got to join you during a wedding shootout. I was quiet and said, oh, yeah, I remember that was Kia Marie's session that I came and hung out. Working really hard last night, overslept. I have a DaVinci Resolve class in 6 months. Nice. Maybe I'll turn the natural fills preset into a LUT. Maybe that's the next move for me. This is a DNG as well. Contrast is, where's my contrast? Yeah, I think the contrast might be too much. Are you thinking to change from Lightroom to Capture One? I don't know. So I still have like my speed still under Lightroom. Also, Imagine AI, I think only works in Lightroom currently, so I would buy that LUT. Yeah, I have to figure out how to make an actual LUT. I might do it. I love your YouTube. I've been following it since. It's been really helpful. Awesome. That's really cool. I'm glad to hear that it's been helpful to people. I'll be trying. This is again one of those, I don't know if this person was a second shooter or whatever, but I would have tried to line this up a little bit better so that it was straight. Oh no. Like nothing is straight. It's shot at like a weird angle. It just makes the whole shot look. So yeah, it's like nice, but I don't know. The angle of everything just like throws off the whole thing for me. Yeah, it like, I like all my stuff to be straight lines and stuff. And especially if you're shooting that wide, then the background is a part of the photo, but like it's at a weird angle. Step to the right. Yeah, like it's just, you either want to shoot with the building and have the building be a part of the photo or not shoot with it. Is everyone moving to capture? Support it as far as like my preset and stuff for people who like watch. Why don't you use flash for outdoor photography? Usually because there's enough light. Like again, the only reason you would use the flash for outdoor photography is for fill light, because you have them backlit, which I never do. My internet. What happened? Okay, it's back. Did that stall for y'all? This thing said it was getting 0 kilobytes. Audio's way out of sync. Yeah, audio's usually way out of sync, and I just don't feel like dealing with it. I'm just gonna be honest. Is Backblaze? Oh, bro, come on. Backblaze is over here trying to back up. Not now, yo. That was probably the issue there. What is your secret to getting a good wedding shoot? Like a good wedding or a good photo? Okay, I think we should be good now. I think it was Backblaze giving me the issues. Backblaze was trying to do too much. It feels like Capture One handles colors a little bit better. Like, I feel like my white balance looks a little bit better. And the skin tones aren't like overly magenta. Internet speeds are horrible here in the US. Yes, they are. The place I'm at too, they're like stuck on Spectrum. The whole place, like, you have to use Spectrum. It's the worst. Also too, no one understands like people who do things like uploading stuff and live streaming. So when you call the internet provider and you're like, yo, I need these speeds, and like, yeah, it has like 400 megabytes down. And I'm like, I don't care about the down as much. What is your upload speeds? And they're like, oh yeah, it's only like it's like 10 megabytes a second. You're like, what, bro? Like, I need that fiber. I need that 100 up and down, 250 up and down, something. Really fast, because they keep calling, what are your quick thoughts on Wedding Pro, aka the Knot and Wedding Wire? I don't think they're bad. I used them myself, and when I had most of my weddings, like when I got like 40 weddings, I did that from the knot. You just have to be careful because they're gonna nickel and dime you and try to get all your money. Like that's kind of their goal. Is this? Yeah, these D&Gs don't really. You can tell that they're kind of. So I think they work. Don't pay too much for the knot. Give it a try for like a year and see how it goes. But yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket, basically. Upgraded to 1 gigabit last year and it's best. Yeah, I really wish I could. But this whole little community is like, you can only use Spectrum, and it's like the worst. So annoying. Getting 600 down and 200 up. Yeah, see, I'd be down with that. I mean, I'm close. I think I'm... Actually, no, I don't even know what I am. I'm not going to test it right now. I think it's like 50 up or something. It's not a lot. Do not use Thumbtack. I started my business off of Thumbtack. I tell people that all the time. Obviously, it's like changed over the years, but... Oh, I hate when that happens. It looks like... What is the prop? Oh. What is all this stuff open? No Google Fiber. It's just, I can't... This community is locked down to Spectrum. Like, you can't pick whatever you want to. It's just like, you have to be with Spectrum. At some point, I'm gonna try and buy a house. Then I can get whatever I want, but... I started with Thumbtack. It was good for starting, but not wedding wire. Tends to be the... Yeah. Thumbtack is not bad. I don't think it's bad. I started and built my whole portfolio off of Thumbtack. I could probably show y'all right now. Let's go on a trip down memory lane. So this is like all of my work that I've posted on the site. I haven't posted. There's a lot of weddings I need to go ahead and post. I've been sleeping on my old work. But let's go through here and figure out how many were from Thumbtack. Okay. So this first one, this was from Groupon. I did like a Groupon deal or whatever. So this was like my second shoot. I've kind of had the natural talent. So I'm not saying I was great or anything, but these photos aren't horrible, you know, like they're pretty decent. And then this engagement was from Thumbtack. And then the thing I used to do on Thumbtack, I don't know if it still works now, but what I did is I wouldn't go after weddings, because going after weddings cost more of your points. I don't know how Thumbtack works now. This is like 50 years ago. So instead of wasting all my points on trying to get a wedding, I would use my points to get engagements, which would cost less points. I would get the engagements, and then I would see if I could book them for a wedding. So like this couple, I booked engagement only, and then throughout the session and talking to them, they were like, what's good? You trying to do our wedding? And then I would book the wedding that way myself. So Thumbtack's not taking a cut of anything anymore. That's just me dealing with them. So I would use the engagements to get them in the door, basically. Just because you buy a house doesn't mean you have access to all providers. I mean, it's true. It depends on where you're located. Hey, Jog, big fan. My question is, what monitors are you using? And if it's not 5K display, how do you feel about Mac OS scaling? So yeah, I'm on a 2K monitor. And it seems fine to me. I haven't been on a 5K monitor. I don't think I've ever had a 5K monitor outside of like when I had an iMac. That was a full 4K. I feel fine with the way everything looks. Yeah, the text can be a little fuzzy sometimes, but other than that, this was my first wedding. This was from Thumbtack. It wasn't a full wedding day. It was pretty much just like the ceremony and a couple of other photos. They just wanted a couple photos. But you know, like, this was good enough for me to start building my portfolio. And that's what Thumbtack was good for. Yeah, you're not gonna make a lot of money, but it's a great way to be able to build your portfolio while still getting paid something. I had okay luck with Thumbtack, but I feel like it has changed. Higher price and poor engagement. Yeah, it definitely, when I started, it was great. Engagements were like 2 points. It was cheap. It was like later on, they started charging a little bit more. So this was a friend of my wife's. So I did this wedding for free. And again, I talk about that all the time. And that's what Thumbtack was really good for. Oh my God, this Dutch tilt. Oh my God. But I had promised myself when I started photography, because I had a business doing audio post-production, and that didn't go well because I was trying to pay my dues and do work to, like, you know, get found. So I was doing a lot of free work, and that just turned into me being the free work guy. So when I went into photography, I promised myself, like, yo, I'm not doing work for free unless it's something that I personally wanted to do. So like this little wedding, and it was just a small little wedding. I was fine to do that because this was a good friend of my wife's, and you know, they needed some fun. So I was like, whatever, I'll do that for free. It'll be fine. And it turned out fine. It was great. It gave me some, oh my goodness, Dutch tilt. It gave me some good photos for my portfolio. This engagement session was from Thumbtack. This couple was from Brazil, and they came to New York. They were hanging out. Took some quick photos while they were in town. This was from Thumbtack. This wedding was from Thumbtack. This was one of my favorite weddings. They're a super cool couple. Yeah, I wasn't doing too bad as far as wedding photography. This was me. This was before I had my mentor. This is just me shooting. It wasn't so bad. So yeah, I have nothing against Thumbtack. Thumbtack is so bad now. I still pick and poke at opportunities that are listed, but the only people on Thumbtack now are looking for 8 hours for 1K. Wow, yo. Yeah, there would be, at my current prices, there's no point in me even being on Thumbtack. Yeah, this wedding had some of my favorite photos. This wedding, I think, really established me. And then after that, like, getting weddings and stuff started going a lot better. Yeah, all of this stuff is Thumbtack. All of it. So yeah, I got the majority of my work and my portfolio all from Thumbtack. Yeah, the Dutch tilt. Yo, I used to love the Dutch tilt. I think when I met my mentor, that's when I started kind of shooting more straight, which I like so much. I hate Dutch tilt so much. I hate it. I cannot stand it. I used to do it. You know what it is? So there's a lot of things, in my opinion, that are very like newbie photographer things that they do that make them feel like their photo is cool. Focusing too much on bokeh is one of them. Because again, you know, nothing against new photography. We all do it. We didn't know how to use cameras. We always saw these cool like blurry backgrounds. We get a camera and the only thing we do is shoot everything all close so we can get blurry background. So bokeh, too much bokeh focus, and also Dutch tilt. Like when people are starting as photographers, that's the first thing they do. You're like, wow, look how cool this photo is. I can't. And again, that's not hating. Like, I was on, I mean, y'all saw my pictures. I was on it. I was, you get all close and tilted and blurry background. When you start getting more mature in your photography, especially if you're shooting people, you start realizing that like the context and like the whole feel of the photo, not just the cool things you can do. Like you're trying to tell a story and you can't do that when you're so zoomed in on something just to get the bokeh. And you can't do that when everything's like tilted mad hard just because. There's a time and place. Like you can do it and it can look good, but most of the time people just be doing it because they're like, look, it looks cool. Whoa, Dutch tilt. I don't know why it's called a Dutch tilt actually. Let's see, let's look it up. Dutch angle. The Dutch angle, also known as Dutch tilt, canted angle, or oblique angle, is a type of camera shot which involves setting the camera. Oh, I gotta go into the whole wiki. Involves setting the camera at an angle on its roll axis so that the shot is composed with vertical lines at an angle to the side of the frame, or so that the horizon line of the shot is parallel with the bottom of the camera frame. This produces a viewpoint akin to tilting one's head to the side. Yeah! In cinematography, the Dutch angle is one of many cinematographic techniques often used to portray psychological unease. Yeah, and see, in movies it feels better. It makes more sense. With photos, it's just like, I don't know, man. You gotta really know the photo you're trying to take. I like it so much more in movies. Like, actually, I just watched the new West Side Story by Steven Spielberg, and like at the end, when like half everybody's dead and Tony's trying to find Chino, and there's this one shot that starts because Tony thinks Maria's dead, so he's freaking out, and it starts and it's just like tilted mad hard, and then it tilts back over to the other, and that makes sense because this whole world's flipped upside down now because this girl he really loved is like dead, and he was gonna run away with her, but now he thinks she's dead and he's like lost it. It makes sense. People doing their photos like that be like, why, yo? Please. And again, I was a culprit. I used the Dutch tilt all the time. I used to be about that life. Dutch tilt every day. So you might a 50R? No, I like the 100S better. Also, the specs on the 50R just aren't hitting for me. Now, if they do an XT5 though, I hope they do. I hope they do it. I hope they do it, and I hope they don't put a flip screen on it. Oh, if they do it, oh, I'll scream. And then I'll replace my XT3s. I like to shoot signature shots at least once per event. Wide Shot Wednesday. Yeah, I just like a nice straight. And see, that's like, yeah, maybe my photography is a little boring and stuff. I don't know. Who knows? But I like a nice, clean, straight, symmetrical. The couple is the focus, so put them in the center. You know, like, I just like it. I like it so much. It makes sense to me. That's what I really like about your style. So crisp, clean, and balanced. Yeah. Thank you. Dutch angle is also known as a German angle due to its popularity in silent era German films. Huh. Is Thumbtack also Canadian, or does anyone know? I don't know, actually. I think Thumbtack, I think they might sponsor YouTube videos. I might have to hit them up. Cause again, I started my whole thing. Like, I started my bit. If it wasn't for Thumbtack, I don't think I would have ever gotten a portfolio and gotten to the place that I'm at right now. This is giving me that black and white vibe. Find a Canadian alternative. I don't even. I think on Thumbtack I had 2 pages because they won't let you. You have to have a page for the area that you're in. I wonder if I even have a login still. Your email address or password was incorrect. Hold on. Let me see. I'm still gonna talk to y'all, but I'm curious if I can get back into my Thumbtack. I don't want y'all to see my secrets. With my internet. Yo. Inside 000. Which page is this? Can I see what pages? I don't understand what I'm even looking at. Profile. You're not showing up in search results. Oh yeah, this is my Raleigh one. Oh my goodness. I got all these old photos. Oh my goodness. Wait, so oh yeah, there it goes. Well, I don't even, maybe I should update just to see what happens. Oh my goodness, that 1 star is still here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yo, look at my prices, y'all. Weddings, 8 hours. And a album starting at 1,800. So again, I try to tell y'all that. We all start from, I charge 6,500 now. You start somewhere, you know, you have to raise your prices and stuff, but it's not like you're destroying the market. $4.9, who did that to you? It was the one person who gave me a 1 star. Are they on here? Read all reviews. Let's see. There it goes. There it goes. December. Look, yo, so after she was mad about everything and then she started doing chargebacks on her card to get half her money back, she started leaving reviews and she would always do stuff around holidays. So this is literally like a couple of days before Christmas. I was distraught, yo. It messed up my whole life. It was the worst. And then I had to write this long, it was this whole thing. Oh my goodness. Other than that, I literally had all 5-star. Or no, I think I have a 3-star somewhere. There was one couple who just ended up not really being happy with it. And I had them booked for a wedding too, but we ended up canceling it. I don't really know what happened with them. I'm pretty sure they were on here as well. But I literally had all 5-star reviews. I'm at 5 with 30 reviews, and I'm waiting on that 1 star to ruin my whole 5. It's the worst when it happens too. Good on you for writing. Yeah, and I mean, my response was very, you know, again, stuff happens. Art is subjective, so I'm not blaming the couple. But I was just like, here are the facts. I did what I usually do. The things that they're complaining about are the way my photos look. They've always looked like that. You know, the photos are the best I've ever taken at the time. Yeah, maybe I'll check out my Thumbtack page again. Maybe I'll update the North Carolina one just because. But did you agree with her? You did not make a good job? No, I did great. My photos were awesome. It was the best wedding I had shot at the time. I was so proud of those photos. I was so happy. But see, a lot of the stuff that she wasn't happy with, she was like, oh, the photos have weird cropping on them. And I'm like, what? That's how I shoot. Like, sometimes I'll do those shots where it's like mid-chest up and then just like the sky above them because people are doing fun. That's how I shoot. So a lot of the stuff that they were complaining about was very much like, but you saw my pictures. Like, why did you choose to work with me? It's not like, you know, it's not like there's one thing on my site and then what you received was totally different. Because if that was the case, yeah, they would have an argument. But what was on my site was indicative of how I took their photos, because that's how I take photos. So yeah. How much do you spend on advertising? As of right now, I don't do a lot of advertising, and I probably should do more. But yeah, I like the Knot personally. It's the one that has done the best for me. It overall just works out. Beautiful shot. I think this is the photographer's hand though. So like, if anything, it's got to crop in a little bit, which is fine for the shot. Oh no, it's still gonna be in there. Maybe not crop it then. So I'm trying to get into wedding for Target. What? I haven't really bought a camera yet. Someone is trying to get it. I'm not sure I understand the question. I'm sorry. Do you edit all the photos which are submitted? I try to. Submission's closed, so at this point we probably should download the other photos. Or, you know what, let me finish these photos first, and then I'll, because I don't think there's much left. Yeah. And then I'll download whatever new submissions there were. Yeah, I definitely feel like captureone handles colors better or something. Cute. So see, this is what I was talking about comparative to that other. Let's see if we can find that other engagement. Do you see what I'm saying? How much more context? Like here, you don't even know what's happening. It's just like she's smiling. Anything could be happening. If you had enough common sense, you would know. But like, versus this This is clear enough. You see what's happening here. Dope photo. Guatemalan church? Awesome. It was beautiful. Do you send back the owner the edited photos? I do not. I usually just edit them and that's about it. If I like the photo a lot, I might put it on the Natural Fields preset website and tag you on it and stuff. I always contact you first though before I do that. But other than that, no. I usually don't send back the edited copy. The knot is super expensive. I mean, it's pricey, but you got to think about it depending on how much you're charging per wedding. You have to think about, like, if you can book 1 or 2 weddings and that covers the price of what it would cost, then it's really not that expensive. The chat under your camera does not appear. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be acting weird sometimes. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Yep, pay to play. You gotta pay to play. That's what it is. Oops. Oh, what did I do? How many weddings in your portfolio did you have before starting the knot? At that point, I think I was between 20 and 50 weddings. I was still pretty new at the time. I pay $160 a month for the knot, book 17 weddings in a year, easily pay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all it takes is, like, instead of looking at it and being like, oh my God, it costs so much, think about the conversion. Again, the return on investment. And as a business owner, that's so one of the biggest things I've been trying to focus on in my life currently is my money mindsets. Because your money mindsets are what's gonna make you successful more so or not successful than getting paid. So again, a lot of times, like, when we look at money, or the way that we were taught to look at money, we think about our income or whatever. So you get a job and you're like, oh yay, they're paying me $50,000 a year. But that doesn't matter. We need to start focusing on stuff is like our net worth. And it's the same thing with a business. Like, people be too scared to invest in things because they're like, oh my God, it's expensive. But then, like, what is the return? Like, what are you getting from it? Because if the return brings you more, then technically that thing was not expensive. Its worth is what defines how expensive it is. Money is not as simple as just saying something is expensive. Because the same thing, if I had $1 million, $1,000 would be like $1 to me. And someone who doesn't have that much money, $1,000 would be. So how is it that it's expensive? It's not. Depending on your situation, depending on its worth. So it's the same thing. Like, when I go into something like the knot, that's my thought. I'm like, okay, I charge this much. So if I book 2 weddings, I'll be okay. And even if I just break even, at least I'm getting portfolio work that could possibly turn to word of mouth stuff, so on and so forth. And you have to think about the worth. The worth is all that matters, not the cost. If you can afford it and it's worth what you're paying for it, then it's not expensive. It's like, it's exactly what you needed. Oh, this is a JPEG. I was like, oh no, sorry. Beautiful photo though, but it's a JPEG. A couple JPEGs slipped in there. Yeah, finance, and that's just such a big subject to me because it's one of the things that the majority of us are bad at. Let's just be real. You know, like, we're all bad at money, which is why we're broke. You know what I mean? Like, the people who have billions and millions of dollars, they're not bad with money. They don't think the same way we do. And that's my biggest goal right now, is to kind of just change how I think about money. Have 2 off-camera flash shots I want you to check out. Cool. By the way, I bought your preset pack the other day. It's great. I was thrusted into wedding photography just recently. It's super nice to have a good starting point. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh no, my keyboard is dying. Luckily, I have a plug right here. These greens, oh my goodness. There. Get those greens out of here. There, much better. Yes. This is a great shot. Great emotion. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. Exactly. And that's why it's a hard middle ground. You know, it sucks sometimes that people have a lot of money and there's other people out here who are broke. But at the end of the day, like, if you see someone in a fancy car, depending on their situation, you can't be mad at them. If they have $1 million and they bought a $200,000 car and they're like, $200,000 to me is like 20 bucks. You know, it'd be nice if I could do that, but it's not the case. So it is what it is. Look at the difference in those greens. Ugh. Oh, nice. And see, this is what I'm talking about with context. Like, there's not a whole bunch going on here, but it's just nice to see the location a bit more. Honestly, I need to start shooting like this more often. My second does this. She'll shoot with like a 23 the whole wedding and get these nice wide shots. And I always look at it and I'm like, so good. Like, why don't I shoot wide more often? Oh yeah, this is a gorgeous shot. I like it a lot. Actually, I feel like it would look good black and white too. New variant. There we go. Yeah, bring these highlights back. What do y'all think? Color, black and white? Might switch to capture one now. It's not. I'm not gonna front. It's nice. Like, I'm not over here. And again, the sharpening and grain coming out of the program, it looks great. I don't know why I'm liking. I mean, yeah, I feel the same way. You can be a billionaire and still be poor in love and spirit and character and morals. That is very true. Very true. Yeah, the money alone doesn't matter. That's half the reason. I'm like, why does it feel so dark in the room? Because I didn't turn on my boom. Get a little bit of that light behind me. Get some background separation. Yeah, and no more worms. Yeah, that black and white has more vibes, I feel like. Look at that grain. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love a nice, easy edit. Your preset was the main reason I was using Lightroom. Oh, so now you're like, wait a minute. Now that the preset, and see that was my goal, is to like hopefully help everyone use whatever they want to use if they really like the colors. Because there's a lot of other like creators out here on YouTube and stuff, and they got like 50 different profiles, and nothing against it, but I just want to be like, hey, this is my look. If you like it, here it is for you. Can you make a video on how to make a second photographer website? Oh, that's a good point. My the second I use most of the time, she had a page on her website for second photography that she would share with photographers. It was nice. Is there ever a time you give your couple both the black and white as well as the color? Yeah, but that more so depends on me. So generally I choose if a photo's gonna be black or white, kind of like this. So for me, I'm like, this feels like black and white. Now I tell my couples, if they want a color version of anything, just let me know and I'll make a color version. And sometimes if the photo is that dope, kind of like this one, then yeah, I'll send them both black and white in color. But I don't do that all the time. Usually they're gonna get one or the other, not both. This looks like a parade, I would assume. Bought your C1 pack today, been waiting for it for the past year or so. Do you change color profile or leave it in auto? Just leave it on auto. And this is, you're seeing me using it here too, so this is exactly how I would use it. And then I'm just making adjustments based on what I think work better for the photo. Puerto Rican in Chicago, awesome. I wanted to ask, has your style of editing evolved and have you incorporated that in these presets? It hasn't really evolved. I'm a simple guy. When I found, oh, that was all of them, cool. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button, never mind. Once I find something I like and I like the way it is, that's pretty much it. So this is a TIFF. I don't think I can edit this. Yeah, no, it's like a JPEG, sorry. But yeah, I'm like that in most of life. Like if I find a thing and I like it, I usually stick with it. And I don't do anything else. Oh my goodness, I keep doing that. Have you tried a preset on sport photographs? Wondering how they look. I haven't, but I mean, they should look the same. Any style of photo, it's really, the style of the photo doesn't really make a difference for the preset. By the way, I forgot, thank you. I go back to Lightroom just for your presets. Awesome. How do you make a second? I think, yeah, I'll make a video at some point about making a second photographer website. This is what I was talking about with Dutch tilt, and these aren't like purposeful Dutch tilts, but again, when you're like newer to photography, I feel like we miss those things. Like having a nice straight shot, we just don't think about it as much. Do visit India? That would be cool, yo. Colorful weddings, yes. Can you verbalize which tool you're using, please? Having a hard time keeping up. Yeah, it's called the speed edit tool. So basically I'm using key commands on my keyboard. So like if I hold down Q, it brings up exposure. So you see how it showed up here on the bottom? And so I guess you could see it moving here as well. So this is normally where you would do all your editing here. But if I hold down Q, now I can use my keyboard and just press up and down on the keyboard to, or left and right, I think they both, yeah, anything on the keyboard basically, to switch my exposure. And just different numbers, like different letters do that. Q, W, E, S, D, A, the whole thing. Great shot. Aww. I wonder if the heal tool can I've been messing around with captureone a little bit while I made the preset, and I've been very surprised at the results of the heal tool. Yeah, it's much better than Lightroom. Half the time in Lightroom I have to go into Photoshop or something. No, I cannot look at it. What are your tips for someone starting wedding photography business? Just move to a new city and have to start all over. Oh yeah, I basically had to do that as well. See if they have any local wedding expos or something, because that usually can help out a lot, getting your name out there like that. Gorgeous shot. Are you still getting inquiries for 2023, or is it already starting to shift? I haven't gotten many inquiries for 2023, which has been surprising, but I also raised my prices, so I still think there's something missing in my business that I need to update, which is why I'm not getting inquiries or bookings. So yeah, that's always the fun and interesting part about wedding photography. You know, like, it's just, you know, sometimes things work, sometimes things don't. You have to figure out kind of where things are. So yeah, that's where I personally am currently at. Okay, let's keep going. A lot of Sony photos coming through this time around. Oh, look at that, so good. The stream made me download captureone to try it. How many photos do you deliver to your clients on average? I shot an hour-long session, elopement shoots, 2 different scenes, took 900 photos, and ended up delivering 120. No, that sounds good. That sounds like a good amount. I give my couples just what I feel like are good photos. I quote them an average of 650, but aside from that, there's no real, like, I don't like choose a number or anything. So I'm bringing the shadows down to keep them kind of silhouetted while I bring up the exposure. The exposure is for the sky. You see how it's bringing out that that little like starburst, I guess you can call it. But I want to keep the shadows low a little bit to keep them more silhouetted, kind of. Does captureone has tools like graduated and radial filter? I believe so. Again, I'm very new to this. What's this? Yeah, draw mask, linear gradient mask. So that's all of it right here. How did you make your contract for your clients? I started from a template from the Law Talk, I believe. And then from her template, I tweaked it for my own stuff. It's a great place to start out. Here's her website. Do I save my lives? Yeah. They just stay up on my YouTube page. Would you recommend 16:1.4 or a wider focal length for ultra wide shots? 16 is good. That would be great. This is why I use natural fills on everything. Love the silhouette edit. Yeah, that was a great shot. This is the only preset that just sticks on every photo. I don't know how I accomplished that either. Like, for the most part, it just looks really good on most things. Dutch tilt. Boop. Some black and white for this one. Can't confirm the log talk is where it's at. Yeah, the contracts are so good. That's my Z9 shot. Oh, which one? These last two? Nice. I like this one a lot. Oh, all of that, and I still didn't even really get the horizon that straight. Yeah, that's better. Cute. I mean, yeah, I love the fact that if the white balance and the light is good, like, you just throw the preset on there and you're good to go. Like, have you ever considered leaving Fujifilm? Not really. Again, I'm a creature of habit. So once I find the thing I like and I like it, I just kind of stick with it. You know, going full frame or something, I guess, would be cool. So I'm not gonna lie, like, once Canon went mirrorless, it definitely had me like, because I really liked Canon when I was on them, but, you know, I'm happy with Fuji, so. I'm about to, what are some good CF cards? Does SanDisk make? They do. I wonder if there's anywhere I can find one. There's a July 4th sale. It ain't even July yet, yo. They're already out here. Does Best Buy have any? These things are pricey, yo. Oh my goodness. A 64 gig is only $100. I might go cop one real quick. $7 miles. Oh, yeah, they got them there. Order for pickup. Can I just tell if they're there though? Does it say if it's in stock? I hate the fact that like when you're online, they won't just tell you if they got it. What would you say is the general editing steps in order? So yeah, in order, and it's like a process now. It's like, oh my goodness, y'all already know what I need to add to this. Magenta man. Okay, so my process, I'm gonna talk about it and do it. So this is how it works. So I have my photo, I have my raw photo. Cool. I always apply my preset first. So preset first. After preset, I usually will do exposure and get exposure where I want it, give or take. After exposure comes white balance. So again, this needs, hold on, it's too bright. Okay, this needs so much magenta. And look at his jacket and how that changes. Now, this is too much magenta, but also the main thing is that photo was too green and it was too warm. So now I'm gonna pull back and see where that sits. That's where I like it, right there. Skin tones look good. Everything's not green. Nice and cool, but they don't look like crazy, and that's where I like it. And that's my process pretty much every time. Anything else that might need to be done to the photo happens after the fact. So if I need to do a graduated filter, or like I need to paint changes on just a couple, all that stuff happens usually after I do that, but it's always preset, exposure, white balance, in that order every time. Preset, exposure, white balance, and then anything else. Magenta, that thing was so green. Look at it. Oh no. Let's see. Yeah, that's our before and after. A nice cool edit. And that's how, again, sometimes people use the natural fills preset and I'm like, oh, I put it on the picture and it didn't work. It's not a one-click preset where it just makes your picture perfect. It gives you a nice color base that will give you a great look, but you still have to edit it. But again, that's the process of you editing it. Preset, exposure, white balance. Even I still think it could use some more magenta now that it's not as warm. Love this preset and use it for all my wedding stuff. But for other stuff, I use a lot of off-camera flash or softbox and have a harder time with the preset. Any tips? You might want to, so one thing about the preset, and it's not so much here in Capture One, but especially in Lightroom, the highlights are pulled all the way down. And so when you're looking at your adjustments here, right? So again, so they have it separated here from exposure and high dynamic range. So exposure, this is dealing everything with the light itself. This is how I like to think about it. So that's why you have your exposure, contrast, brightness, saturation's color, but you get it like the light. In the high dynamic range section, or no, they have it a little different than they have it in Lightroom. Never mind. The main point is, so exposure is light. Highlights is like how much that light is. So that's also light. Shadows is also light. How deep and dark are your shadows? And then you have white and black, which is not really the light. It's more so the color. So that's white, black, saturation. That's kind of more the color. And that's how you have to think about it while you're editing it. So here you go again, preset, exposure. This one isn't as green. And then white balance, which it's too warm for my liking. Maybe in there somewhere. And I think the tint is okay actually. Yeah. You all-time Fuji camera and lens? Yep, always. Fuji always. I have not shot with another camera in a hot minute. I have a 256 GNCF Express Angel Bird and a 256 SD Angel Bird Canon. I can take 7,000 photos in C-RAW with the CF. Nice. Okay, let me go find everything that was submitted in the morning. I hope y'all, please don't, I hope y'all didn't give me like 30 billion photos. Don't play me like that. I'd be nice trying to let y'all, oh my God, y'all did it, for real, you really did. See, this is why I don't do submissions during the live stream. 113, what did y'all do? How did y'all get that many so quick? Oh my goodness. Y'all really did it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me download it real quick. Dang, yo, 113. What? Everyone submitted 50 photos. Hey John, can you edit my whole wedding for me? All right. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Did you upgrade to the H2S? I did not. Fujifilm just sent me a loaner so I can make some content on it. I'm probably not gonna upgrade. I would like to. It would be worth it to replace my X-T4. I don't shoot enough video, so like. Do you sync settings when you edit photos? I do sometimes. Again, I'm still kind of new to captureone, so I'm still new to how I like to use it. But sometimes if all the photos are in the same scene, I'll just sync the settings between them. Did one dude submit 90 photos like the last? Let's see, downloads. Import. Okay, I hope y'all didn't. Let's see if this stuff is safe for work. Looking pretty good. Oh, I thought it was 115. This says 56. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. I thought it was 100. I was about to be like, what, y'all? I got a life. I gotta live. Look at y'all. Nobody did JPEGs. Great job. Import. You can skip mine. No, I got you. I got you. Look at that. Look at that M1 Max just like dun, 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 dun. I can do it. I can do it fast. Dude, I'm from France. I saw the news this morning at 5 a.m. You made my day. Yeah. Off topic, but where'd you get those white leather shoes that you showed in the stream? Oh, that's from Taft. I love that company so much. I still need to do my what to wear to a wedding video, and I haven't been doing it because I've been hoping and waiting on this one company to hopefully sponsor the video. Because again, at the end of the day, this is my job, so maximizing what I can get out of something is like the best approach. Like, obviously, I could just do the video whenever. Oh, my goodness, that white balance. But may as well try to get it sponsored. Oh, my goodness. It came out of the camera like this? Oh. Oh. I can, oh. What? Just gotta, yes. And then add some magenta. Oops. Oh, nice shot. Okay, that's better. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, it's still very yellow. I guess they were shooting in Kelvin. Ugh. Like, this is the kind of thing where I gotta come in here and like get rid of my yellow saturation because the whole photo just like they're shooting through algae. With what, a custom extra yellow preset? The sepia tone camera preset. So I am trying to buy a camera. Yeah, XT3 or XT4. I personally am a fan of the XT3. I don't think the advantages of the XT4 are that much from a photo perspective. If you're also trying to do video, then the XT4 is the better choice. But if you are just strictly photos, personally, I think the XT3 would be great. Also, they still sell it. They sell it at a pretty steep discount right now. So, you know, if money is part of the equation as well, you can easily get an XT3 at like $1,000, which is not so bad at all. Hi, John. All in RAW file? Yes, these are all RAW. Yeah, that's my photo. Thank you so much. This is a great shot. These mountains, though. Beautiful. What 3' lenses would you recommend most for Fuji? So definitely the newer, so 23 f1.2, the new one, 33 f1.4, 33 f1.4, the new one. Them things are good. This might be black and white. I like that brown though. Oh look, for once there's too much magenta. I don't know. Yeah, with all that like window light stuff going on. When picking locations for a shoot, do you generally pick, or do you let the couple pick? It's kind of half and half. So like, for an engagement shoot, what I'll do is I'll ask them like, hey, is there any places that are like important to you all or have significant meaning? Let me know what those places are, or like, did you have any ideas that you would like for an engagement session? And then I'll give them kind of like an idea of what they can pick. So I'll be like, you know, if y'all used to hang out somewhere together and that's where you like met or something, you know, that's cool and that works. Or like, if there's something you like to do together as a couple. This photo, for one, it had way too much magenta. It had like, it was too much magenta even for me. But yeah, that's how I usually do it. I'm like, is there anything important to you? Are there any places that you like? And then from there, I'll help them figure out their locations. Or sometimes the couples just don't know what to do. So then I'll pick. How do you rearrange CO workspace? Oh, the captureone. So when I downloaded this version, it immediately asked me. But if it's not asking you, I think it's here under window. We have workspace. I guess you can just hit customized? Or does it say, oh no, it changed my thing, it changed my thing. I don't know how to change it. I just know I changed it. I made it more like Lightroom, with the editing stuff here on the side and the film strip on the bottom. Just because that's what I'm used to. And at the end of the day, what matters most is how quick you can work. Look how much magenta. It's way too much magenta. Cute photos. Oh, I took too much magenta out of this one. Gotta add some back in there. Oh my goodness. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Like, just try to keep your lines straight. Can you explain what you mean by magenta? Another word for tint? Yes. Well, it's not just another word for tint, but that's what, so tint goes between green and magenta. Kelvin goes between cool and warm. So when I keep saying magenta, I'm meaning that I'm pushing the tint away from the green and more towards the magenta. Black and white, maybe? What was your all-time favorite wedding food? I don't know. It's nice when you get those weddings where they give you like steak and stuff. It's quite nice. Pros and cons of using captureone over Lightroom. I still personally, but see, again, it's hard to say because like a lot of my pros and cons are coming from the fact that I mainly use Lightroom. Because like I'll sit here and be like, oh, I feel like you can't be as fast in captureone, but that's not true. I just am not that fast in captureone because I don't use it, which makes sense. Yeah, the white balance on some of these photos is already really good. Do you travel for weddings? I do. Most of it's though inside of the United States. I tend to be up and down the West Coast, but I do travel for the majority. Actually, the majority of my weddings I travel for. I rarely shoot weddings in my own area, which is crazy to me. So, oh, I did it again. I keep messing up because with the quick edits, I have to hold it for just a second and I'm like going too fast basically. Best wedding food is when they actually offer you food. I hope y'all are getting food at, I get food at all my weddings. And I get real food. I don't just get like, here's whatever. So if y'all aren't getting food, you better put that in your contract. Your couples need to, they need to pay you. They need to feed you. My couples feed me. I usually get a plate of pretty much whatever they're eating. It's a great time. And again, that's not, honestly, so there's this misconception that like photographers are just out there to be able to eat your good wedding food. And that's really not the case, you know, like I'm there doing work for the couple, like that's my main goal. So me getting food is more like, can I eat so I don't die? Like, do y'all mind? I've been here for you for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours. Can y'all feed me though? This shot needed more headroom. We don't need to see all this. And this is why, so a lot of times people ask me like, oh, John, you always cut off the feet, nah. Because this doesn't matter. All it is, don't do nothing for your shot. And every time I see people being so concerned about, oh, he's not cutting off the feet, they end up cropping their photos in some kind of way that it just doesn't, I don't like it. There's like no headroom. Like, obviously, don't cut off right at the feet, but I don't know. Too many people care about the rules too much. I was on Reddit the other day, and it's just like, the amount of photographers in there who just be hating because things are not perfectly the way that they're supposed to be. Like, okay, my dude. Oh, the sky's blowing out. Okay, that's great. It is. Like, not every photo needs to be the perfect photo per the rules. Like, per the rules don't matter all the time. Sometimes what the photo speaks is more important more important than what the you know, like, oh, the perfect exposure. Oh, your ISO's too high. Okay. And I hate it too, because all those photographers, who knows how well they're doing in their business? Half the time they're just in there hating. And they like deter all these newer photographers. And it's like, man, don't do that to the poor new photographers. Like, let them live their lives and learn. You know what I mean? Like, stop being all up on them, telling them they're not good because they didn't do everything perfectly per the numbers. I got food allergy. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. Wait, Reddit toxic? Who would have known? Yeah, there's a wedding photography. I don't understand Reddit like that, but there's a wedding photography Reddit page, or however. I probably sound like an old man, but I go on there every now and then just to see what's happening. Every now and then, you know, I'll type in something. But yeah, most of the time it's just a bunch of photographers in there being like, this is not right and that. Yeah, like, I commented on this thing recently where this person did a photo and they're like, hey, I edited this and I'm just curious what you think about how my edit looks. People, oh, the photo's not good. The groom has his hand in his pocket. There's no emotion. Who says that there's no emotion? Because I can't. Cute. Is this the same couple? No. Yes. I can't tell. Oh wait, is the ground just slanted? No. Maybe? No. The Reddit grunts. And it's just like, I just want to be in there and be like, hi, do you get paid to take photos? Are you getting paid often to take photos? How long have you been taking photos? Because if you ain't getting paid for it, I kind of don't care about your opinion. Because at the end of the day, I don't know. There's two lines. There's like taking photos for fun and just getting a nice photo. And it's usually, I feel personally like it's usually those people, those are the ones that are on Facebook and on Reddit just going in on people for no reason. It's like, you don't even take photos for work. Like, who cares if it's perfect? Nice. Great shot. Now, if you're getting paid and stuff, okay. And again, everyone has their own opinion and everyone has their own style, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I wish people could give like nice constructive criticism sometimes, not just like see someone new and be like, everything about what you do sucks, you know, like, come on, man. We all sucked at one point, you know, we all started somewhere. Hey John, do you offer one-on-one critiques, mentorships? I do. I have a, I need to add that to my bot actually. Oh my goodness. I'm tired. Oh, that's why. Cause my youngest, my 6-month-old, like barely slept last night. And finally I got to a point where I could sleep, but that was like at 2 in the morning. That's why I'm tired. I was like, why am I so tired? This is your work? Yeah, this is beautiful. These shots are great. Cute, fun stuff. I love it. Too much magenta. I always have a hard time judging my magenta. I always put too much magenta. I like it so much, I put too much magenta. Can you do a series where you give your thoughts on photos? Oh yeah, I can do a live stream that's more of a critique rather than an edit. Beautiful. Would love critiques. Yes, please do live stream. I will I will add extra magenta. I mean, whenever I'm critiquing, usually I don't focus on just like the edit, unless the edit's real bad. For me, it's more about the photo itself and like what the photo is conveying. Less about your like editing style and color. Because again, that's all gonna be subjective. Unless it's something that's just really ugly or like, you know, it's just real bad. Usually I'm not gonna comment on the actual edit. I will personally say though that like a lot of people tend to like greens and I just don't. So most of the time when I see photos, they're always too green for me. Yes, with the critiques, I might have to do it for my next one. So what stock did you make money on? Definitely not Doge. I'm pretty sure you didn't make any money on Doge either if you looked at the current way it looks. Doge is hurt right now. Doge is hurt, but yeah, I don't talk about stocks too much. Too many stocks on the channel. Look at this. Look at this. You know what's so beautiful about this photo? They're pretty much wearing magenta. John Branch Wall Street. That's I did a mixed Indian wedding. So they had one day where they did most of the Indian ceremony, and then the next day they did more of a traditional wedding. And they also wore that same kind of shade. That was last year. Wow. Years go by so fast. You always look up and you're like, what? Half my couples is like their 3rd and 4th year anniversary. I'm like, wow, yo. Has it been that long? I feel like I just shot it. Yeah. Oops. So that same kind of like pink color is gorgeous too. And again, since I like magenta so much, my edits already just like lean towards the colors. I wasn't notified for this round, really? I posted it. I posted it very last minute though. I will say that. I like literally posted like 2 days ago. I had a rough month. I got COVID at the start of the month. That thing knocked me out, bro. I was done for 2 weeks. Then I had a bunch of video stuff I had to finish. But yeah, fun stuff. So yeah, I love that color. Great stuff. Glad you're, yeah, it was rough. My whole family caught it. It was the worst. What happened? Okay. Beautiful. Was this in India? It was in the US. Yeah, I haven't been out of the country. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, are you still in? Whoever shot this, are y'all still in the chat? This is great. That window light coming in. This angle, see, this is what I'm talking about. This Dutch tilt works. This is fine. Cause just, I don't know, something about the way the building and just like it gives context to the photo. It works better. This is fine. When people just be randomly like it does. This is cool. It's kind of like up and tilted a little. It looks really good. Black and white, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, great photo. Wait, it's a JPEG? Oh no! I knew something felt weird. I was editing it like, wait a minute. Something's wrong here. You tricked me. Well, let's look at these photos just because they're beautiful real quick. First time I've seen John impressed by it. I mean, it's because it's a beautiful shot. These are great photos. Yeah, they almost look like screen grabs from like a movie. Nah. Yeah, I applied the preset on it and I was trying to edit it and I just was like in the back of my mind like, wait, something feels off here. Yeah, because it's a JPEG. Sorry. What focal length is this? 50? Yeah, so like I would have probably shot this closer. Oops. I keep doing that by accident. While the context of the building is fine, with this pose and stuff, I definitely would have shot it closer. Dakota! Just because, so usually what I try to focus on depending on what the shot is, like, depending on the shot and the purpose of the photo, I try not to have too much headroom. So this is a lot of headroom per what's happening in the photo. So I definitely would have like, you know, if you want it full body, something like that maybe. That crop is too hard, but, or even, you know, if it was a closer shot like this. Other than that though, yeah, it is a great shot. Again, that's the, oh good. The biggest thing for me is always focusing on what is the purpose of this photo and use that to help you decide on like what and how you're shooting it. That's my sister Sweet 16. How awesome. Yeah, this one's kind of the same way too. But on the same end, like, again, I don't know all the photos. That's the biggest thing with critiques. sometimes when there's a whole session involved, there's like different photos. But generally what I always try to do is I try to take something close, I try to take something far away. So I would, with a shot like this, also add in a closer shot as well, and kind of have that all go together. But yeah, no, great shot. Could you briefly explain the difference between editing RAWs versus JPEG? Do you have more control? Yeah, you have much more control over RAW. So the way I like to explain it, this is how I always explain it to people. So let's say I asked you to make me a cake, right? And you have a chocolate cake. And I'm like, hey, can you turn that into a red velvet cake? You kind of can't. Like, you could, but it would be rough. Like, it would be the hardest thing you probably ever did in your whole life. Whereas if you had all the ingredients to a cake and I said, make me a red velvet cake, you could just make it. And that's kind of the difference between a RAW photo and a JPEG. Yeah, that's basic. RAW is raw and JPEG is cooked. Exactly. So if it's already cooked, you can't really change it. You know, if you cook me a steak and you cooked it well and I was like, I want it medium rare, you can't do it. You could try, I guess you could try, and it's the same thing. With a JPEG, you only can change but so much before the photo starts falling apart. And that's the difference. A RAW photo gives you more range of what you can change. If the photo was too dark, you can brighten it up without the photo looking crazy. A couple headshots. This is great stuff. If anything, so this looks like there's a little bit of a flash. Oh, is this the person who said they had a softbox? This one, I can't even see the flash in it. I would have pulled back from these headshots just a little bit. They feel a little close to me. Differences, don't shoot JPEG if you want to edit hard. Yeah, and the thing is too, like, again, all those like haters. So let's take like the mean Reddit photographers who everything has to be perfect. So they'll sit there and tell you, oh, you have to shoot RAW, but really, if you really wanted to, especially like Fujifilm colors are so great, if you really wanted to, shoot RAW and JPEG and just use the JPEGs. The only reason people don't shoot JPEG is because you don't have as much flexibility. But that's it. There's no other reason. Like, honestly, if you're smart and you want to save your time, shooting JPEG is the best way to do it. Not, oh, only shoot RAW, like, okay, it makes you better. Yeah, sports or JPEG. Yeah, sports or JPEG, because first off, you're taking a lot of photos. You don't want to have to edit that. Second off, in JPEG, your buffers are better on your card, like your SD card or whatever you're using. You can get a lot more photos, and you need that. So, like, it makes sense. So again, people, oh, shoot RAW, you only shoot RAW. No, man. If you know how to take good photos, JPEGs are fine. The advantage to a RAW is that if you take the photo and it's in a situation that may not be the best, and the lighting may not be the best, you're able to make those adjustments in post. That's the only difference. Do you want flexibility in post, or do you want to get it right in camera? Like shooting film. That's how we used to shoot. People are so like, get a shoot RAW. When you were shooting on film, you were basically shooting JPEG. Like, yeah, you could do some post editing, but yeah, it was JPEG. You got it right in camera. And what makes me so mad is those same people who sit there and say that, like, you have to do all these things. If they lived back in the day with only film cameras, then they'd be going on and on about how you have to get it right in camera. You know, like, oh, post-production, why are you doing that? You should have gotten it right in camera in the first place. How about we all just take great photos and serve our clients? How about that? Like, because I've thought about it myself. I've thought long and hard about shooting JPEG. I really did. Because for wedding photography, it almost makes sense. The problem with wedding photography is that you have so many different lighting changes happening that having the flexibility of a RAW file is helpful. But that doesn't mean you have to shoot RAW. Like, again, the real story is that having the flexibility is helpful. That's it. That's the point. And again, the main reason people tell newbies to shoot RAW is because they probably don't know how to get it right in camera. So if they don't get it right in camera, they're gonna mess up the whole thing. So you may as well just shoot RAW. But again, let me not, because I could rant on it forever. I really could. That stuff like gets under my skin. I hate it so much. Like, just let people take the photos and let people learn, you know, like, just, we all started somewhere. We were all bad at once. Calm down. What do y'all think? Black and white color? John, your I Shoot Raw shirts is in the middle. I don't know. I have to fight, me and Frono's photo would have to fight over shooting RAW. I'll make my own shirts to compete with his. By the way, I just got a pass to photograph Daytona Soccer Fest. Nice. I would love to try some sports photography. It's probably fun. Hair light on the headshots, yeah. I didn't mind the black and white. Yeah, I like black and white. They're both kind of nice. I definitely like the black and white better, I think. I would assume you were seconding on this photo. This is definitely like a second photographer angle. Pulling off that slow shutter. Let's see them settings. Yep. So here's again, y'all. Everyone, oh, why don't you show your settings? Again, because most of the time, especially for someone new, you don't understand the settings. You just think that's how to shoot it. However, if you do understand how the settings work, this is a great example or something you can study. So F14Y, because it's mad bright outside and he wants to slow down the shutter. ISO will be the lowest it can be because it's mad bright outside and you want to slow the shutter. 1/8 of a second. Cool. Was this handheld? You got them steady hands? I liked when exposure was down on the black and white. Oh, it was too bright for you. Yeah, it was kind of hot. But yeah, this is cool. Nice, beautiful. This is also probably black and white. It's a little harsh because the shadows need to come way up. Handheld, yeah. Holding your breath. It removed the distracting background, yeah. Yo, one of my biggest pet peeves, it's nice here, but when you have a nice symmetrical like ceremony and the couple doesn't stand in the middle, they like stand off to one side and you're like, I just want a symmetrical shot. What, this is captureone. Oh yeah, these, I'm assuming this is Catholic. This looks like a Catholic ceremony. Yeah, they got the, it's always rough because there's always like a spotlight on the priest, but then everything else is dark. So if you bring up your exposure too much, they're just up there like glowing in the light and you're like, It might be cool in black and white too. Jacked white balance. You like look at the photo and you're like, oh, the white balance is black and white. So see, yeah, this is what I was talking about with like always being concerned with full body, which is something that they teach you, which again, everyone always asks, like, oh, why do you always cut off the feet, John? Why do you always? Because I just do. I feel like whatever. It's whatever. It's how I shoot the photos. I like the way it's cropped. It doesn't hurt nobody. But to me, this headroom is too tight for a photo that this is this far. And then there's too much floor here. Like, you should obviously have a little bit of floor space, but I would come up on the floor a little bit and add a little bit more headroom. I did it black and white. Which photo? Oh, this one? Yeah, I like the color. It's a little blue here, but overall, like, and I mean, black and white probably look cool, but especially for these Catholic weddings, and they have, they just have all of this going on. Oh, I see. I need to do a clone variant. There we go. Like, you kind of lose a lot of what's happening as far as, like, the windows and stuff, and like stained glass just ain't the same when it's in black and white, and that'd be like half of the, that's like half the photo, you know. If anything, if you were really extra, I don't feel like doing it right now, but you would paint in the changes, cool down the stage area, and then warm up everybody else, since they're kind of, they don't have that spotlight, and it's usually some ugly tungsten light spotlight. It's the worst. Beautiful shot. So the only main thing I would say here as far as feedback is these photos are a little overexposed, and it works for editing, but just be careful. Because more times than not, if you overexpose like that, you're gonna find yourself in a situation where, like, you can't save the photo the way you want it to or something because you overexposed it. That would be my main feedback for these photos. Because when things are hot, like, even I'm having a hard time right now editing it because they're just, everything is so hot. What is this too warm? What is going on? Oops, I did it again. I did it again. And I feel like if you're looking for a bright and airy look, you can get bright and airy without overexposing your stuff. Also, again, if you're shooting in RAW. Because, yeah, you can, like, this is fine. This one was a little hot, too, at first. But this one was overexposed. Actually, yeah, exposure warning. See, like, you're losing so much. And that's his shirt is whatever. It's white. It's gonna be all that in the sky. That's gonna be blonde. That's fine. But when you're starting to have that on the skin, it starts becoming a problem. If you get to do the rehearsal, please work the placement. We should like Lightroom. I'm still leaning towards Lightroom. Actually, that's probably the main reason I'm having a hard time editing this one here. Because once I try to cool it down, like, her skin, it's so overexposed that it's not reacting the right way. Every time I keep doing it, I keep going too fast. Like, I'm having to pull the exposure down on the photos, but again, if you're at the point where you're pulling down the exposure, you probably lost something in the photo. Adobe gang! So see, like this is almost still bright and airy too, but it's not overexposed. You know, like, that's okay. This is okay. And because you have that room for flexibility now, you can come in here, and if you want it to be more like real bright, you can pull it up like that and it'll be fine. Because I know people like that, like, super exposed look, and that's fine. Just don't do it in camera. That's the main thing. The masking in Lightroom is getting, yeah, the masking in Lightroom is so good. So I'm not gonna, these are kind of two of the same shots. I'm not gonna edit both. If this were me and I was having to cull through the photos and choose which one I would edit, it would be this one here because it's already more straight. And again, okay, the bottom of the dress is cut off, but again, that's one of those things where like, this is exactly what I'm talking about as far as like all the rules messing photographers up. So this is great. The shot's more straight, everything looks good. Okay, the bottom of the dress is cut off a little bit. That's not bothering me. All those kind of rules to me are just like, really, y'all? Y'all gotta be that strong. Oh, yeah, we're missing 5 centimeters at the bottom of the dress. Look at the whole photo. So then photographer adjusts, and look what happens. Dutch tilt everywhere to get the whole dress in. You know, like, so to me, this is like, also we had more of the top of the building. It looks nice. I don't know, I like it. This is like, I don't even want to edit this. And because now the tilt is all jacked, I have to straighten it up and I lose more of the photo anyway. And I'm still losing the sides of the dress. So at most you should have backed up. But I think this was fine. But that's the kind of reasons why I hate all those rules. That's why I hate them so much. But yeah, 1 or 2 steps back would have helped this. And yeah, learn the rules to break them. Again, you should know. That's why when people give me feedback or critiques, or they're like, John, why do you do this thing? I get it. I'm not like mad. I know what they're talking about. You know, I know what it is. I just don't feel like I have to do that. And that's just what it is. And it doesn't make me any more or less of a better photographer. It's your style, forget the rules, exactly. As long as you're not doing something crazy. Because there does come a time and place where people are like, hey bro, your stuff is bad. Like, I need to help you out and tell you. But again, when you're shooting people, and that's the thing, a lot of those rules are there for certain types of photography and or even certain like feelings to things. So for example, like this is focused on her. I'm assuming this is like a quinceañera, and from first glance, what I'm seeing and feeling from this photo, I'm getting that. You know, she looks cute. She's like dancing, she's like waving her dress around. It looks great. It gives me the feeling of what this photo is supposed to be. Someone taking a photo, celebratory, whatever. I get it. I can see it. So to look at this, you know, that's the like, I'm submitting my photo to some kind of competition where the photos have to be 1000% perfect. But most of the time you don't need photos like, oh no, the sky's blown out. Okay. The point of the photo is getting brought to you. It's the same thing. Some of the greatest photos like ever in life from like photojournalism and stuff, those aren't perfect photos, but they're great because the point is what's happening, the feeling of the photo that you're trying to get across to the person watching or looking at the photo. Like that's the point. Because I've been here like once when I went to California. This always reminds me of Naboo. I think they based it off of this, right? Naboo from Star Wars. Beautiful shot. As long as you're consistent, the rules don't matter. Exactly. Flash didn't fire it. It doesn't look like Flash. That's why I pulled the shadows up at first. I'm pretty sure this is not Flash, just all natural. Beautiful shot. I love this light coming in the back. We need some magenta. Some shadows. So there's something going on here. I can't tell if it's like I got too much magenta going on. Oh no, wait, that's okay. I cooled it down too much. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I like a cool edit. I totally destroyed those greens. I'm sorry, I don't like green. Yeah, this shot's great. I love all this light. And see, this is what I was talking about too, like context. If you're shooting whole body and stuff, it's because you want context, not just like, I don't know. Oh, because you're not cutting off the feet. Like, I don't know. Really wish we had more areas like this in Charlotte to shoot. Oh yeah, that area is like great. That's North Carolina in general. That was when I moved away from New York back to North Carolina, because again, I'm from North Carolina. That was my biggest gripe. Is I was like, man, now I'm gonna move down to North Carolina and it's gonna be like barns and farms and fields of grass, and that's all. And it's like, it's just like, really? Oh, look, it's Javier submitting 50 photos. You didn't get me this time. No. Black and white? I would have shot this close. I'm always half and half on this, like veil over the head thing. I'm half and half of these shots. Yeah, I don't know, especially so for these shots personally, I would say to get closer, because when you're just far away like this, I don't know, it just looks like the wind blew and you're like, oh my god, my veil went over everybody's head. You know, like I when they're closer, they make a little bit more sense, I guess. Like if you're up in it like this or something, maybe. But from this distance, it's kind of like, hold on, I don't like my white balance. See if we can copy, and then we're gonna paste. Oh no. Why I keep changing the Kelvin, like, let me change the Kelvin on a black and white photo. The voices. Do you ever get asked to touch up skin flaws? No. And I also, my couples know that I don't do that. Now, if it's something that's like drastic, so like this here, if I was like, yeah, that's a bit much, you know, I'll go in and, oh, it's that song again. I'll go in and be like, let me help your boy out real quick. And you know, I'll come in here and just be like, bloop, 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 bloop. Just a little bit. Like, and that's about it. So I do stuff like that, but yeah, I don't really touch up skin and stuff, especially for wedding photography. It's just like, it's too much. Now, if I'm doing like a bridal portrait shoot or something, and usually when you do a bridal portrait shoot, gorgeous photo. Usually when you do a bridal portrait, they get like one nice print that they can use. So for that, I'll be like, hey, choose me the print you want, and then I'll go in and I'll touch it up a little bit more than I normally do. This is also my work. Awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful stuff. Give me 2 seconds for a BRB. So normally something like this I would black and white, but just because there's so much color, it deserves to be in color. That's way too much magenta. Cool it on down. We got Peru in the house. Hey John, I just recently came across your channel. I have to say I like your work. Thank you so much. This dude over here doing me like Javier. How many photos did you submit? Yeah, beautiful shots though. Are these raw? I feel like they're... I guess it's just the Kelvin that they're set to. Yeah, this doesn't feel like a raw. Also, there's like skin smoothing or something going on here. Something's going on. I don't know what it is though. Hello, hello. Something's going on here. Okay, I think we're at the home stretch. Last couple of photos. Cute little family. Yeah, overall these feel pretty good. But yeah, this is what I was talking about with having the feet. So now there's pretty much equal head space and foot space, and that's fine. It's just when it's too much floor space, it's kind of like submit more photos. I closed it down. Which app do you? This is all captureone. I don't know, this might have to be black and white, y'all. Yeah. I feel like color won't do this photo justice. Now, obviously, this photographer was probably walking backwards while they were shooting it, but this, again, try and straighten this up. This also might work as black and white. I don't know, it's just something about, like, the motion for me that be making me want the black and white photos. When's the next? So my live streams are usually once a month. They're usually at the end of the month. For the most part, this year I've stuck to it. It's always the last Friday of the month. Just for everyone who's in here listening and watching along, so you can have a better idea. It's usually the last Friday of the month. Convinced me to try C1. I mean, it's pretty good. Again, now that I got my preset in here, I'm definitely kind of like, okay, I see you, Capture One. Actually, this is probably the most comfortable I've felt in Capture One. These are great shots. Ugh. I'm having a hard choice because, like, I feel like it would look good here. Let's do both. What do y'all think? Black and white, color? Yeah, maybe color works better. I feel like it would be, I like those columns and stuff, but the background separation kind of feels better in the color one. We made it to the big screen. Yeah, these are great shots. I use Capture One on my day job. I hate it. And to be fair, I just shoot. I don't even edit there. Wow. Yeah, I think color is the way on this one. Yeah, these are good. I like this session. Especially this shot. This is a great shot. Also, I have a soft spot in my heart for anything that has like leading lines. So when you have these like walls on the side and you're shooting what, like 85? Yeah, you're shooting 85 and you just get this like leading line down. This is so good. Too far away for the black and white. True. How do I, let's go back to all the photos. Let's see all the photos we had this time around. I don't think I had any really huge standout photos this time around. And that's not saying the photos are bad, it's more just like what photos like moved me. Wait, how did this get missed? How did that happen? This is another one of those cases where it's like, because you're trying to get the whole photo and her feet, the tilt was off. And I don't know, there's just like too much headroom. The bridge isn't centered because of the angle. I just personally, I don't like it. As far as keeping like headroom and stuff. I love how Lightroom, yeah, Lightroom's organization still is kind of my favorite overall. Oh. When you miss your click. But yeah, if anyone is a fan of Capture One, I do have my preset now, finally for Capture One. And that's what I was editing all these photos with this time around. Man, those other shots we saw at one point, those probably would have been on my top choice, but they were JPEGs. Yeah, these would probably be the photos that really caught me the most. I'm still, what's happening? I swear I'd be picking stuff and it doesn't show up. What happened to that other one with the bridge? What happened to this? I thought I chose that already. Oh, it just shows up. What happened? That was weird. Just started using your talent in Imagine AI, and it's an absolute life changer. Yeah, let's go. I'm about to export these real quick. Let's see. Photo exports 2022, YouTube, live streams, June. Export. What? I thought I just did that. What? Okay. Did it export? Okay. Capture One is having it. Yeah, I gotta get an exposure next. I gotta do it. How many favorites this time? What is this? 6, 7? Somewhere in that range. Let's see how these turned out exported. Oh yeah. I mean, these things come out looking kind of fresh though. You have to select the export recipe or it will act crazy. Okay. It definitely was acting crazy. I mean, yeah, Capture One be looking clean. These photos look great after export. The sharpness is really good. You ever play with a Fuji X100V? I haven't. I've held one like once. I'd love to be able to use one more. This is great stuff, y'all. Thanks for submitting. But that's gonna be about it for me today. I got a long week ahead of me because I have this X-H2S with me. For all y'all who didn't see it at the beginning of the stream, Fujifilm sent me the loaner. I'm gonna be trying it out, seeing how it works. Giving you my opinions, trying to get some videos in. Please notify next live stream. Yeah, remember, last Friday of the month. Thank you all for it. Loaner? Yeah, it's a loaner. Just a loaner. I have to send it back. I think I have it for about a week, so I want to be able to make some videos for you all. Oh, Streambot got you. But yeah, I have a long week. I have a lot to do, and I want to be able to get some content in for this camera. So I think I'm about to go cop a CF card real quick. Roll around to some Best Buy, see if they got them. Are you a Fuji ambassador? I am. I am an official photographer. Y'all ain't see me on the website? Y'all ain't know I was for real? I'm not just a guy. Let's see if we can find it. Fujifilm X photographers. Amanda, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Do they got some of my pictures up here? I'm not seeing my pictures. What, US, oh no, there I am. Yay, John Branch, that's me. Look at my picture. Look at that, beautiful. Look at it, yeah. It's a little soft, but you know, it's life. Look, it shows all my gears. This ain't even updated. I need to put my GFX on there. Oh, they only got the one photo for me. I need to update my thing. I need a new picture up there. What? Tailored captures. Thank you so much. I loved your photos. I'm sorry I missed that last one for like 2 seconds. Great stuff. A back scratch. We don't see it. Love to see a video about your journey to becoming a Fuji ambassador. That would be cool. So yeah, I'm an ex-photographer. Oh, look at Reggie Ballestero. Yeah, look at that photo. Oh, he only has one picture too. I wonder if they changed it up a little bit. So yeah, that's why like they'll send me a loaner or something like that. I have to give it back. They're not just giving me free stuff. A lot of times people are like, oh, you're a Fuji ambassador. Do you know about the new products? I don't. They don't tell us that stuff. Oh, do you get stuff for free? No, I don't. It would be great. You know, like I have to pay for my stuff like everybody else. But yeah, you can't see my screen. Oh, I'm great. Jerb. Sorry guys, let me show you again. This is me. There I am. There's my photo with my sparkler photo. This is Reggie right here. Oh, here's Kurth. Got all the, look at us, US. Brian Manier killing the game with his landscape photo. His landscape is just like, his landscape's the kind of landscape that makes me want to not even try landscape. It's so good. But yeah, that's my picture here. And yeah, there I am, John Branch, USA Fuji X photographer, official. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. But yeah, it's fun. And it's cool being able to hit them up and be like, hey, can I try this thing out for 2 seconds? They're like, yeah, we'll send one to you. Boom, there it is. So yeah, on my Instagram, if you have any suggestions of things you'd like to see from the camera, let me know so I can go ahead and try and get that stuff recorded for you all. And yeah, jumping off of here so I can go do the rest of my work, maybe take a nap. Thanks for hanging out though, y'all. Thanks for always hanging out and bringing some great photos along. Website critique, I did a website critique. I think next time I might just do photo critique, since we haven't done that yet. So, but yeah, keep an eye out for the live stream. And again, they're always usually at the end of the month, last Friday of the month. So thanks for hanging out, y'all.